by the Synergy Institute of Marketing and Management, Delhi, Research Foundation of India, and here in association with DPIT. It is graciously supported by the Academic Inc. As you all are already acquainted with our schedule expert, Dr. Ankita ma'am, from day one, where she led sessions on problem identification and formulation and the art of writing a review of literature. So, without further delay, I request madam to begin her presentation. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, just a minute, ma'am. I'll be just sharing my slides and starting my section. Just a Neha ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm sharing my slides. I hope my slides are also visible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, hello, good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Ankita, and I am going to take today's session on questionnaire design and development. That is a data collection tool specifically. So, in this faculty development program, continuing development program on advanced tools and technologies, tools and techniques for research methodology, in this we have already discussed about like on number of topics. I have also taken one lecture on problem identification and formulation. Also, I have talked about the art of writing literature review. Apart from that, you have also gone through the ethical issues in plagiarism, also about the SPSS for data analytics, also compiling references and bibliography. Now, the session is all about questionnaire. So, let me tell you something about it first. That if we talk about questionnaire designing and development specifically, So this is something, not it is not even just a tool for data analysis and survey, but I must say that is the most important part of this study, because if this goes wrong, your data collection goes wrong, in that case what will happen? Ultimately your whole analysis and everything will go in the wrong direction. So in this case I would like to say that whenever we are developing a questionnaire, we should be very careful and very cautious about each and everything, that whatever you are including in your questionnaire, specifically the questions, the demographic variables, different types of variables which you are considering, and what are the part of your study, must be related or must be connected with the your research work. So basically, whatever the questionnaire you are making, it should include whatever is there in your objective, whatever you want to achieve, that should be there. So basically, the questionnaire designing and development, this is very much important. So let me talk about it. So whenever you have one more thing I would like to mention, that whenever you are going to talk about, or you are going to make a questionnaire, so you should also focus on one more thing, that the sequence, the title, whatever you have taken, that must be related to your thesis or research paper work, as I have told you. But also, there is one more thing which you should focus on, that the pattern which you are following, that is very much important. There are so many people who are making the questionnaire, but every question has a different pattern. You should use some demographics, that is okay, but you should also make most of the question on the Likert scale. Otherwise, you will not be able to analyze your data. So as you already know about the SPSS, which you have already, in 2 3 sessions back, you have like ma'am has talked about this. So you must have known that how to enter the data and this and that. But from where that data is coming, how it will be coming to you. So basically, I'm going to talk about questionnaire development. So whenever you are going through various research papers, you are reviewing the papers for the introduction, literature review, and everything. So that is very much important to work on it. A critical component of survey research involves constructing a questionnaire. So now let me tell you, first of all, there are two types of data. One is primary data and another one is secondary. Primary data is all about whatever you are collecting for the very first time, that is first hand data. And secondary is basically when you are having various government publication, any reports, any census, surveys, any particular web history, research papers, theses, book, so bibliography and bibliography, everything, whatever you are, the data which is already existing. So that is second data. Here, when we talk about the questionnaire, so after like collecting the data from the questionnaire, we call it a primary data, which we are receiving. Whatever we are receiving, that is primary data. So a questionnaire is a pre-formulated written set of questions to which respondents record their answers, usually within rather closely defined alternatives. Most of the times, we give them some options, alternatives. For example, gender, male or female. Then, if we talk about the education qualifications, you can ask them, are they graduates or postgraduate or doctorates, whatever. So most of the time, you give them some questions. I'll tell you type of questions, that there can be close-ended, open-ended, and everything. But here, I would like to mention that already the questionnaire is designed, a planned one, where the respondents are recording or giving or responding to the questionnaire, basically. Now, questionnaire is probably most used and most abused also of the data gathering devices. It is easy to prepare and to administer. The questionnaire is a form of prepared and distributed to secure certain questions. First of all, it is mostly used, but there are, like, we also get sometimes offended when everybody is sending, our friends are sending or colleagues are sending questionnaire for their research paper or thesis. So this is most abused also, but it is very helpful in gathering the data, and it is very easy to prepare because you can easily uh, co- write down whatever is there in your mind regarding that topic. You can list down number of questions, and then you can list down number of questions that can be responded by the people. So it is a device for securing answers to the questions using a form which the respondent will fill by himself. So basically, it can be, nowadays there are so many modes, there are so many websites, but mostly which are providing services to prepare the Google form and surveys. But still, the most prevalent one is Google form in for today's era. Otherwise, earlier we used to do it by hard copy form also, but it's a form which through which we are collecting the data. It is a systematic compilation of questions. It is a systematic compilation of questions. As I have told you, that there should be a proper sequence and proper a pattern should be followed by the person to collect the data. It is an important instrument being used together uh, from widely scattered sources, normally used where one cannot see personally all the people. So basically, where we cannot reach it to each and everyone. So this kind of forms can be used, and we can ask them to fill. Now, I am assuming somehow, somewhere you must have prepared at least one questionnaire in your life, whether in your doctorate journey or as a research scholar or as a student or maybe as a researcher, you must have done it. So again, I will not go in detail, but I would like to say there can be some structured questionnaires, there can be some semi-structured, or there can be unstructured questionnaire also. And again, unstructured can have open-ended questions more, where you have to answer by your own choice, and in a structure where the close-ended questionnaires are there, where basically you are giving them options. They are close-ended, and you can respond to the options only. The next one is semi-structured or mixed. In this kind of questionnaire, the mostly question are like this only, where you are having some question as a open-ended and mostly close-ended questions. Now, if we see, there are elements of questionnaire designing. Number one, you have to identify the questionnaire content. You have to write or select questions to measure variables of interest. Then you have to construct the questionnaire. So first, identify which kind of content you want to use, then what variables needs to be taken, and then you have to construct the questionnaire. So questionnaire is more than the question. It's just not like that it is having a question, so it is we are calling it questionnaire. It has number of things. It has the power of completing your objective. It has number of things which needs to be answered, and people are replying to it, and you can come out with lots of data information. Basically, raw data is available. You can come out with the information of like anything, any kind of survey you can do. So what you have to do before designing a questionnaire, so you have to decide the study's purpose, aims, research questions, or hypothesis. You should know it before you design a questionnaire. The next one is identify what you need to measure. You need to know what are your variables, what are your objective, what you need to accept or reject in the hypothesis, what has to be done. Basically, that needs to be that should be clear. Develop a preliminary analysis plan. There is one more thing which I would like to mention here, that you have to develop a preliminary analysis plan. Means you should have an idea that after collecting this data through this questionnaire, what would be your analysis plan? Will it be, will this questionnaire will be satisfying the basic requirements of that analysis plan? And decide the data collection mode. It can be interview, it can be a computer based, it can be a paper pencil, means pen based or hard copy collection mode. Anything is maybe possible. Now, next one is considerations when writing the questions. Number one, you need to understand the type of questions can be. Then, response formats. I'll be discussing about all these things in later slides. And response formats, in which kind of format you want to take the responses. Then it can be multiple choice, it can be check boxes, it can be open-ended question, it can be a short paragraph, it can be a long paragraph, anything. Then questions wording, that is again very much important. Next one is type of question. So as I have discussed, it can be open-ended question, it can have close-ended question. There can be again categorize. I'll be giving you examples also, so it will be easy to understand for you. So open-ended, close-ended, and partially close-ended. So open questions means more information but difficult to codify. As I have told you, for if there are open questions, so what will happen? Everybody will give answers in this short paragraph or long paragraph. That it will be difficult for you to codify each and every response. You have to judge what they are trying to say in that question, answer of that question, and then you have to give the coding, that we call it number one, two, three, four, you have to give them codes. So basically, it is very difficult. But when it is coming to close-ended question, so it has less information but easy to codify, easy to enter the data and analyze. For example, for gender, it is male or female. That's it. You just have to give one to male, two to female. Like this, you can codify. Open-ended question responses, like there are some advantages, some disadvantages. So this kind of question can be used in exploratory work, right? In this, responses are not provided, it is open question. So responses basically not influenced by any alternative, means you are not bounded to answer any particular alternative. Whatever you are having in your mind, you can answer. So sometimes it is good, but sometimes it is difficult, because people are not able to fill, because they are not nobody is having time for others, like to fill their questionnaire or something. So people sometimes are putting less information, or they are not putting the whole answer, they are just adding some, because the more efforts are required, it is very difficult to record and again reduce in the, like, or making it in a coding form. uh, there are lots of information may be revealed but may be irrelevant. So this kind of problems comes when they are having open questions, means they have to answer by their own choice. Now next one is close ended questions. So in this case, a list of acceptable responses is provided to the respondent. Like, you are given the answers. So it is easy for the people to just tick on the option which they want to go for, and easy to respond, because everybody is giving answers on the same parameters. So that is why it is standardized also. Also easy to communicate in the same frame to response. For example, if I'm liking something very much, so I can say very, very much. And if I'm not liking it, I can say not much. But when it is not, options are not given, or open-ended question is there, so maybe I'm just writing, maybe I may be writing something that I did not like it. That I did not like it, maybe very much or not very much, like depending upon the options I can vary the choices. But when there are no options, so again it is difficult to standardize when somebody is giving open ended question answers. So close ended is always good, because your standardized answer you are getting, And in the same type of, if somebody is satisfied, somebody is highly satisfied, so they can tick on the same type of parameter. Now, if we talk about the close-ended questions, disadvantage, there are little that, yeah, people are having not enough time. They are not taking it. They are just putting the answers. Sometimes they are not even reading the questions, and they are just giving the replies. And sometimes because they just having the options, so they are not thinking about it. They are just responding, and they are not in. They don't get engaged or involved in it. So if somebody is having a question and they are getting answer in yes, no, or maybe one time, two time, never, this kind of answers they are having, means they are having getting the close-ended questions like this, where they are having the answers. See, open-ended question. The first one, if we talk about it, it is a closed one. Second one, if we talk about it, it is open-ended. Like, what are your plans and dreams? Obviously, you cannot write it in, 1, 2, 3, 4 or something. So this kind of questions can be asked. You can ask them like, do you have or anything, any plan or not? So they can say yes or no. What are their dreams or plans? You cannot give them options. They can have, everybody can have a different one. So that is why open ended questions are important here. Now let me tell you about the response format. So for example, if somebody is asking about the working hours, how many hours do you spend for the any of the activity in the community? For example, somebody is saying less than 10, 10 to 19, 19 to 20 to 29. This kind of options can be given. So anybody can tick on this kind of questions. Ordered response format, where you are having responses from 1 to 10. You are having or getting the a scale. Points are given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and also getting the nuclear thing, right? So this kind of thing can be done. So one side would be totally positive, another would be totally negative, center one would be neutral part. So here they have given the example of confidence, complete confidence or no confidence at all. So this kind of, or highly satisfied or highly satisfied, dissatisfied. And then again, you can make a scale. So as much as they feel satisfied, accordingly they will answer the uh, to the side of satisfaction. And if they are not satisfied, so uh, uh, they will answer towards the scale of not dissatisfied. In the case of unordered, so you can see here no particular category is given like this, that all the points are on the scale. But here you can see they are giving different options for low staff morale, or then they are talking about training. Another one is about patients, and another one is about healthcare option. Means all four options are different. But if we could have done in this way, low staff morale, then moral, and then they can say low, medium, and high moral. So this can be kind of ordered one, but here we can see it's an unordered response format. Then partially close ended. For example, you are giving them some options, but maybe another one where you are not getting any, like maybe somebody is out of this particular option. In that case, what will happen? You should have some option where people can write their choices. Now, next, this one is visual analog scale. Here, this kind of emoji kind of response option, you can see, you must have seen somewhere. So anybody would like to say where you have seen this kind of emoji or visual analog scale?
Service feedback.
Yeah. Especially we can see it in the service feedback, as she said, or in the shopping malls where we are experiencing something. It may be about anything. So here the people can see the faces, emojis, and through which we can also reply to the people. So symbols are which are recognizable for the children as well as illiterates, the people who can understand that this is sad, this is smile, like people are happy, they can categorize the data accordingly. So this kind of scale can also be used. And then if we talk about the Likert scale, so Likert scale talks about 5.7 point scales. Basically, you can search it online and you can get so many types of scales or under this particular Likert Likert scale, where we are giving questions to them and they have to answer on this 5 point scale. Here we have used a 5.1. So this is like strongly agree, agree, neutral or undecided, then decided or strongly disagree. Again, there are two uh, extreme corners from strongly agree to strongly disagree. But whenever we are taking this kind of scale, we call it Likert scale. And this is very much important in the study. Most of the research papers and theses are using Likert scale for getting the data. And it is always very easy to codify. Again, open-ended question when you are not having options. Close-ended, you can have list, you can give them category, you can give them ranking, you can give them ratings, quantity, then matrix question, anything is possible. So in the list question, you can give them options like this. Then the category question, again, visit of week, frequency kind of question can be done. In the ranking, you have to answer 1, 2, 3, 4. In the rating, again, you have to give them rating on the basis of your you can record the response according to your choices. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and from one side to the another side. So as I have already discussed, from 1 to 10, you can give them two extreme corners and they can answer. In the rating, again, you can give them this kind of questions as well. For any 1, 2, 3, 10 parameters can be given, and from one side to the other side. So it can be fast or slow, or very fast to very slow, friendly to unfriendly. So this kind of thing can be done. In the quantity question, you can give them some weights or numbers, basically. You can give them. Matrix question can be there. Then if we talk about the construction of question, there are two things. One is order and flow of question. Another one is the layout of the questionnaire. So if we talk about the order of flow, so you should know that which question should come after which one. Like if you are asking for their any particular thing which is related to like maybe age, if somebody is saying 30, so you may assume that they may be working. Is most of the time is to the age category may be the working, and most of the time maybe it is above 35, so everybody may be having like they may be married or they may be having kids. Most of the time it happens. In rare cases it is not, it cannot be assumed. But yes, so flow of question, which question needs to be asked first. If like somebody is married or not, that may be related to their having a job or not. So it is all up to you. You have to choose the sequence. First you can ask some personal demographic question, then you can ask some other question related to the job. So what sequence should be there, what order and flow needs to be for it, that is important. Then layout of the questionnaire. If we talk about the layout, it should be attractive, it should be properly designed that everybody can fill the questions and answer it properly. Then where the choices between extra page to compare question, the former is likely to be more acceptable to the responses. Basically, if you are getting a proper questionnaire, you will be able to answer it properly. So that is very much important. Now there are some points which needs to be taken care of while making a questionnaire. It should be concerned with specific and relevant topic, as I have told you. It should connect with your topic. It should be short. Proper directions and proper words should be used. The word should be very simple and clear. Everybody can get it. Questions should be objectives. Sorry, objective type questions should be there most of the time. Close-ended question where people can answer. Then embarrassing questions, presuming questions, and hypothetical questions should be avoided. Where you are thinking where you are assuming, or like people has to think about it. They need to give time for like thinking about the question. This kind of question shouldn't be there. Even the embarrassing questions where people are feeling shy to answer, they are not, they may not be comfortable. Like for example, do you smoke? Maybe people are not comfortable in answering, like, are you in a relationship? This kind of question, a yes or no question, even people would not like to answer. The very personal question shouldn't be asked. It should be presented in a good order. It should be attractive, neatly printed, and clearly arranged. If it is a print version, it should be properly printed, neatly printed, or otherwise it should be attractive enough or clearly arranged that people are answering. The connection should not be drop out. It should, the every question should be connected with each other. It should be in a proper sequence. So questionnaire may be a general form, in sequence of the questionnaire, also the formulation and the wordings. Now we talk about the formatting part. Again, just a minute. Here we are talking about the formatting. So again, explain response to reasons for study. Also explain how to respond the question. Direction should be given properly. You should put questions in the block so that are related. If it is you need answers in that form, then questions should be emotionally neutral. It shouldn't be, very personal, as I have told you. Also remember that questionnaire fatigue, and don't put anything important in the end. Maybe sometimes people started filling it and they are getting many over done questions where they have to think and they have to answer. It shouldn't be lengthy, and the important questions which are very much important should be asked in advance. Maybe sometimes people are not filling and leaving the questionnaire. Another one is consider skip patterns. There are questions that are not appropriate for everyone, so you may leave options. Just for example, like if you are asking for their contact number and again alternative contact number, so everybody may not be having another number. So in that case, avoid such kind of questions which are not appropriate for everyone. Maybe somebody is married but they are not having kids, and you're asking about the kids. So maybe the options can be reduced, or that those questions should be maybe the skip ones where people can skip the questions. Again, we talk about the words. Avoid embarrassing or offending questions. Use proper vocabulary which is understandable for everyone. Write questions which people would uh, people like to talk, and don't write which people did not do not like. Translate and back translate if somebody needs it. And also, if uh, there should be a clarity. If somebody wants to understand the question, they should not read it again to understand what is written. So this kind of things can should be considered. Questions wording. Again, then properly write the words which are required and understandable. Properly short questions. Properly write down the things which are required for the questionnaire to understand. So basically, keep it simple and stupid means anybody with the low IQ level or higher IQ level can understand. Make sure that confidentiality and anonymously, like people can fill it if they don't want to put their name. So that should be given, option should be given. Whenever you are asking the question, be specific about it. Test your questionnaire before going for a final run. So pilot study can be done. If something is very personal or confidential, this kind of question, if you still you need to keep for the purpose of your study, keep it in the last. Use proper grammar, simple words, and good language. Also, make sure that questions are complete and that is understandable. So, this kind of things should be done. You should not use leading question one to one, then again another one on that. This kind of question should not be asked. Secondly, hypothetical question, people where they need to make unnecessary calculations, how many or how much or something like this should be avoided. Don't ask loaded question with the loaded words where people are again not willing to answer or may not can relate about it. Again, provide incomplete overload response category shouldn't be like this. It should not be there. For example, in past few months, with where you have visited for the healthcare. So maybe health clinic, hospital, private, but you are giving them options, so they have to choose one, and they may have visited all of these in different time periods. So this kind of questions should not be overlapping responses, should be avoided. So don't be vague. Don't use abbreviation. If you are using, write down the full form, also acronyms or jargons. Don't ask leading question. Don't ask open-ended questions, so many open-ended questions if it is not necessary. And don't ask double-barrel questions also. Also, don't ask hypothetical question, as I have told you, where they have to think and then they have to answer, because nobody has enough time to do that. And don't ask respondent to make unnecessary calculations. So the questions should asked should be relevant to the research problem, which is very much important. I have also discussed this research problem and literature review in the first lecture where I have talked about the research problem. So your questionnaire should be relevant to the research problem. Just a minute. Now, another one is constructing the questionnaire should have a beginning. So basically, demographic information you can ask. Then some important but put difficult in the center. There are sensitive question can be asked in between, and easy questions, regular question which are very much not that much difficult. You can put it in the last. It should include proper instructions. Don't ask one question then again one question. So leading question shouldn't be there, as I've told you. Be consistent in placement to answer boxes. Like if you are putting the multiple choices options, so that should be there. If you're asking for check boxes, then it should be in the one place, something like this. So keep it simple and connected. Now the beautification of the questionnaire is also very much important. Number one, consent form. Like somebody, whoever is doing that, so you can request them and you can ask them where you have to make sure that you are telling them that this information is used for uh, basically this information is used for the purpose of academics only, not for any personal use, and their personal information and other information will be taken care, and all the information will be kept confidential. So this kind of things you can do. Then you can add title or cover page if it is in a hard copy, or in the Google form you can make some front details. Then general instructions you can use. Then identifiers, like you can use their name if they are not comfortable, so you can put some respondents ID 1 2 3 4, anything whichever you are doing. And then transitions are also important, that all questions should not be in the same pattern. Transition should be there. So first generate the questionnaire instrument, test it, then correct it, If there are some mistakes, then do the pilot study, and then again train interviewers for data entry for the other and the data entry people as well. Basically, the people who are going or who are taking care of the responsibility of filling the questionnaire, and if you're going to fill it, whatever is happening, so that the person should be well aware of the questionnaire. So data coding, entry, then analysis is important. So this questionnaire can be sent through postal, email. Nowadays, email is there, internet is there. You can send it by manual delivery, telephonic conversation. Through the telephonic conversation, you can fill it by taking personal interviews or call interviews. You can do that. There is one more nowadays, the way through WhatsApp or any messaging application. You can put your questionnaire as a with the link, and the people can click on the link and they can fill it. So this was all about the questionnaire. Now let me tell you something about the Google Forms, which is the most important part nowadays, which we are using for the questionnaire. Just a minute. Okay. So just follow the instruction where I am telling you how to make a Google form. A basic information I'm just giving you. Through your email ID, you can go in this particular box and you can check out this Google form. You can open it, and you can also go to this Google and you can write create form, and you can click on it. On the same page you will be, right? So let me tell you, this is how it is working. So in this, I have opened a form through my mail ID. From here I have used, so this window is open. From blank form I can choose this. Now some things can be done. First, I can do this. For example, it's my PhD questionnaire. So PhD questionnaire, I can give the name. Okay. It may be related to daily routine or my health routine, anything. I'm just making a questionnaire on. Here you can just, whenever you're clicking it, it will automatically will be changed. Still, if I want to change, I can edit this particular part and accordingly do this. So it will show this only. Here you can change the title. Here you can change the title accordingly. And again, as I have told you, so you can write here. I'm not writing everything. I'm just giving you examples. So here you can write here respondents, dear friends, whatever you want to write. If somebody is making for their patients or customers or dear customers, something like this, you can make. And then you can say that I am so and so, and you have to fill this question. You should please fill this questionnaire. You can request them fill this questionnaire for the purpose of my PhD or any kind of work. This information will be kept confidential and will be used for the academic purpose only. Then you can say thanks to them or thank you to them, and and you can give your name here if you want. You can write here like this. You can do right. Now you can start writing the question. Now let me tell you, I'll be telling you if somebody has not prepared any questionnaire till now, you can see to it. I'll be giving you basic, the whole idea about the preparing the questionnaire. Okay. So for example, you want to ask their names first. You can write here. Obviously, you cannot give option for the name, so you have to choose. See, all these options I'm gonna tell you. So number one, name. Obviously, so name cannot be given in the option. So this kind of question should be there. See here, you can see one option that is required, right? If it is like this, see, it is in the settings. I will tell you about the settings also. In the settings, I have already made it compulsory, so it is showing compulsory. But sometimes when we are making the questionnaire, it is not compulsory that people would answer their name, so you can also keep it off. But in my case, I have already kept it default, so it is coming by default. And this is the reason why Google Forms are very much prevalent, because you are keeping it required, so nobody can skip any questions, so no outliers would be there, and everybody will be able to answer it properly. Now you are asking them gender, so it can be male, it can be, Google is already intelligent, so it is giving options. So you can write male, female, other, whatever you want to keep. So again, in this case, what will happen, people can answer. I'm also showing the preview of it. See, this is how it is showing. Daily routine, I have written this, the name is there, but you can see there is no asterisk marks, which you can see here in the gender, right? So why it is there? Because I have kept it not compulsory, and I have kept it compulsory, and here I have not given the option, here I have given the option. So again, you can see one thing. First one, I have told you short paragraph, even same type of long paragraph you can keep. Then I have given you third option in the gender part, that is multiple choice, where they can choose any of these. You can, they can also keep other, prefer not to say, as much as you want you can keep it here, right? So this is multiple choice question option is there. Another question, in this you have to use the check boxes. So uh, like, what do you use or do for your health every day? ठीक. Okay, so I have given, maybe I want to ask question, jogging, or maybe having multiple options, walking, running, gymming, and so on. Now, if I would have kept this option as multiple choice, people could have chosen one, but maybe somebody is doing maybe two, three, four questions. So see, I'm just refreshing it. You can see there is one more question is added, where I can choose. Here I can choose only one because it's multiple choice. If I'll go for female, then it will be changed. Option would be changed. Means I can choose only one option. Here I can write my name, or if I wish, I can leave this option. But in this case, if I'm going for jogging, also I'm also going for walking or running or gymming, everything I'm doing. So that is why multiple choice option is good for this particular question, right? Then next question. I am just showing you the option of answers. Then accordingly, I'm just putting the question. See, drop down box. See, this type of question where you can see boxes, means dropping down. Like how? Let me tell you. How uh, did you visit your doctor today? Maybe by two-wheeler, then maybe four-wheeler, maybe by, just maybe by someone else, or maybe by auto or taxi or cab, whatever you have taken. There can be multiple options, or this kind of questions can be used in case of various options. For example, there is one more question, I'm giving the example, then I'll be showing this. Like, you are from which state? There are 29, 30 states. Then in that case, you cannot write, you cannot give them answers. So maybe I'm just writing by bus, then maybe cycle, maybe by walking, or maybe I'm just giving, just writing random options. So see, whenever somebody is looking at this kind of question, so what will happen? They will see so many options. So see, here in this case, what they have to do, they just click on it and they can click on it. Otherwise, they could have so many options like this, like 5, 6, 8 option, 10 options, where they have to choose out of 20 options. So the question would look too much lengthy. So you can choose by like this, and here you can give the options. The next one is, there is one more option comes in. Let me tell you first this one, linear scale. I was just talking about this earlier. So one can be, I'm just writing short form, highly satisfied, and there can be highly dissatisfied. Okay. And it may be about doctor's behavior. So let me tell you how it will look like. See, you are satisfied with the doctor behavior, so highly satisfied, so you can write 1. Maybe you may not be so much satisfied, you can say satisfied. So 2 is satisfied, 3 is neutral, 4 is dissatisfied, and 5 is highly dissatisfied. I can also make it till 5 to 10 category, and again you can see it will be showing like this. See, I am not highly satisfied, I'm not dissatisfied, but I'm not that much satisfied. I can be like here and there. Accordingly, I can make a difference, right? Now, another one is multiple choice grid. Let me tell you about it. This is very much important. You may be asking about the facilities at hospital, maybe. So maybe the or the things which are around. So sanitization, maybe the staff, specifically up, you can write down reception, then cleanliness, response of the people, anything whichever you want you can write down. Then visiting or waiting time, anything you want to consider, and regarding the amenities, facilities, behavior, availabilities. So this kind of question, I'm just talking not about multiple choice grid. So you are set for, again I'm taking example of satisfied or dissatisfied category, sorry, agree or disagree category. So you are satisfied or agree about the sanitization, that they are good at it or not. So again I'm just writing, then disagree and strongly disagree, and see how it will look like. See, like this. Maybe I may be satisfied with the strongly satisfied with the sanitization, but I did not like this stuff. I did not find reception to be very much respondent. Cleanliness again is good. Response was again very good, but waiting time was very much, so I am not satisfied. So I was strongly dissatisfied with this. So this kind of question again can be asked. Then there is one more question. See, from here I am adding the questions. This one you can see, this plus sign is showing the question to add. Here you can say add question. From here you can import the question. I'll show you this also. Let me tell you about the one category which is left, that is multiple choice grid. I have told you. Linear scale, I have told you. Tick box grid. For an example, you want to answer to multiple answers to multiple things. Uh, for example, medications. Here I'm writing options: morning, evening, afternoon, or evening and night. Okay. Here I'm not writing medicines 1, medicine 2, medicine 3, medicine 4, medicine 5, as many as you are taking. And then again, you can see the response, how I can give. Now, see, here I was giving one option to each and everything. If I am going for this, so this option would be automatically deselected. And even in this row, I can, whenever I'm just choosing the option of one row, it will be automatically changing, means you can choose only one option of the one category. But here, medicine one I'm taking in the morning as well as in the evening. So the C, you can in the one row I can answer for two. Medicine two I'm taking in the morning and night. Medicine three again morning and night. Medicine four I'm just taking in the afternoon, and medicine five in the afternoon and the night. So this is how people can answer the questions, right? Now another one question which I'm adding is like this. See, I have already told you. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. It is
Yeah.
clear.
So short answer I have told you. Paragraph I have told you. Multiple choice I have told you. Check boxes I have told you. Drop down is done. Linear scale is done. Multiple choice and tick boxes is done. Now there is one I have left. This is filed. So it will ask for the access for your drive. So like this. Then maybe doctor is asking you to upload your ID card or maybe the previous prescription. So again, you can here, I have given the option of file upload. So here you can say how many files one person can upload, maybe 1 to 5, like doctor may be thinking that there is a that person is a regular visitor. So maybe he just want the last file. So you can if we talk about the prescription like the prescription. So maybe the last one. So only one person. I just want one file. So I'm just putting it one. You just want maximum file size 10 MB because ultimately whatever the file size the person is, putting, so that maybe taking my place in my, drive. So accordingly, I can do this. Also, I can do this. I just want image of it. I just want document form, maybe Word file, or I just want PDF. You want something like anything, whichever you like, you can choose. Or if you want, you can keep it open. If somebody is putting the PDF, okay. If somebody is adding the image, okay. Otherwise, you can allow that document or PDF can be done. Or you just want an image form, so you can put it like this. That image can be uploaded. So how it will be looking, let me tell you. See, like this. You can add a file from somewhere. You can take from my drive, or you can form the recent ones. Any file can be taken from here and can be uploaded like this. Just do this and insert. So this file can be done. Okay. Now, if you want to ask somebody's, the year, date of birth or something. Sorry, I'm just setting the question. Sorry. Just here, from here, you can choose date of something, time of something. So again, you can put options like this. DOB you can ask. So see how it will look like. See, here you can see the option like this. It can be, and you can put it there. Okay, now what is left? Let me check. Here you can see. Also, you can mention the time or time of birth or anything, whatever last when did you visit or something, anything you can ask and see how it will look like. See, DOB, then time. You can put it AM, PM, or whatever you want. Okay. Now there is one thing which is there in the last. Look, okay, I have told everything, so not an issue. Okay, there is one more thing I would like to say. Uh, as I told you, this is the front thing. So the question can be added after this. Then you can also import some question already, which you have already in your drive. For example, you have this questionnaire on work performance you are having in your drive. And if you want to insert it, but you just want first some question, organization name, designation, age, or city of something from that questionnaire which I'm already having. So you can import some questions. See, it is already added. I don't need to write it again. Designation, age and year, city, town, I can make this kind of questions easily, right? From here, I added question, imported the question. Now I want, after this question, whenever I'm starting asking personal question, I want to add title and other question. Maybe I have asked main question. Now I want to ask other questions. So this kind of plate or a box can be added, which is talking about the title and designation. See, this kind of thing can be added from here. Now, also you can add some image if you want from directly from the drive. Just a minute. Like any image can be added here. Then from here you can add some video if you want answers after looking at the video, you can do that. And from here you can add the question section. For an example, if you have added a section here, for example this, after 2 question I have added a section. So see here you can see the separation, section 1 and section 2. It's about main questions. Right. Now you see what is happening to your questionnaire. Number 1, I have told you how it is showing the organization name and designation. Then here you can see the next question. Until unless I am not filling this option, I will not be able to go in the next slide. Then once it is done, now you can see other question. So if you're having 4 parts of your question, you can do like this, that one by one they can use sections and this can be done. So these 5 options I have told you. I have also told you the options of question types. Then there are responses. See, now if I'm submitting this response, see, once I'll be submitting, I have not filled this. It is not letting me go anywhere. For example, again, I have answered. Until unless I am not filling all, it will not allow me to go. For example, I have taken this. See, once I have submitted, it will show like this. From here, I can see the summary. That organization name was A, designation was A, age was this. Now you can see individual responses from here, because only one response is there. So summary you can see from here. From here, you can see individual, like for example, number 1 was filled by me, then somebody else, then you can see one by one from here and there, like it is 1 of 1 now. If it is there are 2, 3, 4, so you can see number of options. From here, question wise, you can see the answers. So like here, first question is this, second was gender, third was this. So this is how you can analyze your questionnaire. Now you want to see the responses for your SPSS and all this. So you can link it to the sheets. See. And you can see the responses. And after this, you can, here you will get the time frame and everything, organization name, every answers, as many as responses you want. You can see like this, all the questions are here and you can see the answers. So this is all about responses. If we talk about settings, you can make it as a quiz. You can collect, if you want to compulsory collect the email address from you just say do not collect or collect the response. So from here they can start adding the mail. Unless that mail is not filled, nobody will be able to move ahead. You can allow response editing, means for example, if somebody has written something wrongly, they can edit it. You can also keep one thing, that one person can fill one. So here, from here you can do it. Because I have added the file upload option, so it is giving me option that you can, how much space from the drive you want to use, that can be done. Then form formats, here you can again email address you want to collect or not. And there is one more thing. Here is it. Make questions required by default. As I have told you, this option was coming in my every question obviously easily or automatically, because I have chosen this. So you should also do this, because nobody will be able to skip the questions. So this is how it is done. Okay. So this is all about what Google form from my side. There is one more thing I would like to say. Just a minute. From here, you can choose the. You can just look at these options, right? How it is changing. You can change the type. See, say the daily routine word. You can change it. You can change the theme color. See, I'm changing it. Any color can be added, whichever you like. Like for example, I have added green and like this. So this can be done. Questions type can be changed, font can be changed, even the font size can be changed according to your choice. Text from like where the people are filling, you can also give them option, and you can choose the answer format like whatever they want to answer. So from here, the first one, this palette, you can see through this palette you can choose the themes and everything. Also through the theme you can do one thing, you can choose the header, you can upload the file, or you can use the already existing images. So how it can look, beautification can be done, it can look better. See, as I have added the image, it is giving me options of the l- relevant theme. So again, see, I can change it. I want the darker one, I want the lighter one, or I want more lighter, or whatever I want. I can choose it accordingly of my choice. From here, I have shown you the preview thing, how it was done. See, this is done. This is the preview I can see. So first one was palette, second was review, then undo and redo is there. And from here, I can send the options. I can put in the email addresses and I can invite this form. Through here, I by doing this shorten the URL, I can copy the link and I can paste this link on my WhatsApp, on my mail, anywhere where people can click on it and can fill it, right? Here are some other options. You can make a copy of this form, you can move to the bin, you can get a pre-filled link, you can take a print out, you can add collaborator, though 2 or 3 person are doing the same works together. So again, there is one more, you can add anybody, whoever is of your interest. So you can send it to someone, you can add them as a collaborator. Collaborator means they can also do the same thing which you can do, you can edit it, they can also edit it. They can also see the same responses which you are seeing. So this is how the Google form is all about, and it is working. So this is from my side. If anybody is having any question, they can ask me.
Good evening, ma'am.
Sorry, anybody is
Good
having
evening.
any question?
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I'll be obliged if you can just elaborate or throw light on how to measure the reliability and validity of a self-designed questionnaire, as well as how to
Um,
conduct a pilot study.
Ma'am, see, that's a totally different part. That is be coming under the SPSS.
Okay.
Basically, you have once the data collection is done through the sheets, you can come out with your this Google sheet. That Google sheet means you can also download as an Excel file. Then you have to codify it. Then you have to basically go to the SPSS, and then you have to check the reliability after coding and everything. So that is a complete different process, ma'am. Through like give only Google form or questionnaire designing, it cannot be assumed.
Okay, so the questionnaire will be tested after the data collection process.
Yes, ma'am. So basically, we call it pilot study, right? So in the pilot study, what happens? You can, after filling some questions, you can see that whether it is going in a right direction or not. So the pilot study needs to be done, but that can be done only after data collection, not before that.
Data collection from the entire sample or from a few selected?
Like for example, if you want to go for 30 if you want to go for 400 or 500, you can go for 60-80 questions for to check the reliability, and you can see whether they are going in the right direction or not. Or also you can take feedback from the people who are filling the questionnaire, that the questionnaire are proper or not, everything like this.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome.
Ma'am, the questionnaire will be same from the selected objective, or we can make the question from the title also.
No, see, there you should obviously your title is all about your objective. What title you have chosen will be deciding your objective. Why the or you can say your objectives will be drawn from the title only. That is why you have taken that to study, to analyze, or something like this. So after that only that all the objectives should be taken care and consider while taking the while making the questionnaire. But yeah, title and objective, both the things needs to be considered. Ultimately, they are related to each other.
Okay.
Any other question?
Ma'am, one more thing. Suppose, say we have 3 to 4 variables. So within one questionnaire, can we have a standardized scale for one variable and a self-designed questions for the other variables? Is it possible?
For one, you're talking about we can have questionnaire standardized one and
Yeah.
another one for self-design, you are saying.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, it depends like which kind of variables you are having and technically how it is working, but it can be taken. That's not the problem.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Uh,
Any other question?
Good evening, ma'am. Is there any
Yes.
criteria for taking number of questions?
See, I don't think so that like there should be and there is a thing, but your all objectives should be fulfilled. Sometimes it may be 30 also, 40 also, 60 also. Some people are keeping even 100 questions, but try to not keep it like this much. Try to keep 50, 60 questions, not more than that. 40 questions are also enough, but there is no criteria. But it depends. Somebody is having 2 3 objectives, somebody is having 5 6 objective. How many variables you are having depends on that.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Any other question? Anyone having any question?
It means, ma'am, one variable we can take how many questions?
Ma'am, again, I would like to say that there is no fixed criteria for it because see, depends like which kind of variable it is. Sometimes one variable can have more question than the other one, maybe 15, 20 question. Another one may be having 10 question, depending how much, how much, there is a need you have to identify. How much you want to study that variable in your study, what objectives you have taken. Accordingly, everything would be, ma'am, changed. There is no fixed numbers for anything. Like for the introduction chapter, sometimes people ask how many pages I should write. So it's not like how many pages you should write. There is no competition that somebody has written 50, that is why I need to write 50. It's just like it is all about your topic's requirement.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody having any question?
Any other
Neha, ma'am,
participant?
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I would like to say that can we like if somebody is not having any question.
Yes, ma'am. So it's time to conclude this wonderful session. But before that, I want to express my sincere appreciation to every participant. A heartfelt acknowledgement is extended to our distinguished speaker, Dr. Ankita Jain ma'am, for generously sharing her invaluable insights. Additionally, I extend our sincere gratitude to the organizing committee and sponsors for their unwavering support. Your contributions have been immensely valued. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.